Hi everybody, this is Yanela Brooks.
My name is Maria Bravo.
My name is Anna Samova.
My name is Sandra Odike.
My name is Hannah Santos.
My name is Madal Kahana.
Salam alaikum. This is Shaha Kasha.
My name is Idia Aisian.
Hello, this is Chidioga Kunilipa.
My name is Tolubali.
My name is Olivia Valère.
Turn into Women's World Show
to hear my story and many more.
See you there.
Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Clara Chizoba Kronberg, and yes, today I am very excited as always because today I'll be sharing some of the tips and steps I've been taking to actually get myself in this society as a Black African woman living in diaspora in Spain and have lived around. I've lived in Denmark and then moved to Spain. So I want to be sharing a few tips on how you can actually do the same if you are a Nigerian or an African woman who is living in diaspora or intend to move to diaspora in Europe or anywhere in the world that you want to move to. And English is not the major language of this country that you have chosen or have decided to move to. My dear, you see my accent came out, so I'm telling you, remember that the basic and the first thing to do is to open your mind and integrate. I know, this might be difficult. The first thing first is learn the language. Open your mind to learn the language. Second is mingle with the locals. I know it's easier to find your own people, your own persons, people you're more comfortable with, but you're in a new country. Find people who already know this area, mingle with them, learn how they think and how they do their things. I tell you, the number 3 thing is eat their food. Yes, at least try and then choose your favorites. We must not all like everybody's food, but you should try this, that, and then choose, a few favorites from their cuisine. And that way you actually, there's just something about knowing what people likes, learning people's way of doing things. You know the saying that goes, when you go to Rome, act like Romans or do what the Romans do. Somewhat true. It's actually true because you know what? You cannot go to Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, Zimbabwe, Uganda, name it, any African country, and you did not actually mingle with the locals. You're just staying in your 5-star hotel and eating all the intercontinental food. Duh, you have not visited Africa. You got to feel, you need to know people's way of living. You need to understand how they think. You need to reason as in just feel the energy around them. This way you actually understand maybe this is why they act the way they act. Maybe this is the way why they think the way they think. And again, we must not always agree with everybody. But the fact that you have tried it and you say, in my experience, I think XYZ. In my experience, there's something I took my Instagram and I say, I'm in my era of in my experience. If I haven't experienced it, I'm sorry, I do not have an opinion to it. I might say, I think that, oh, I thought that. But if I have to make a conclusive, opinion or give my really strong, firm opinion on that, I would say in my experience, hence why I am in that era where I am very curious. I'm so activated in that side. And I tell you, if you are intending to move to any country or you're living in Europe, anywhere in the world, I'm telling you, as a Black African woman, you want to start up your business, you want to do something, whatever reason why you traveled, whatever reason it may be it what? Integrate. This is my, advice. This is not only Africans, but I'm telling my people, I really advocate for African Black women who are living in diaspora. This is what I stand for. Like, I feel like there's so many stereotypes around us. I feel like there's so many things that is unsaid, unspoken, like people are still filtering it. And I can't wait to bring a lot of things to light. However, this is just a little way to tell you that, first of all, integrate. Make sure that, when you go into something, when you are presenting yourself, when you're sending a proposal, you know you're right. You are not just signing out your right on a paper because somebody is translating it for you. Or don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I live in Mabea is very international. And everybody speaks English. It's very yada, yada, yada. The life here is fast forward, it's fast and furious, and it's fun, I tell you. You can get all carried away in this fast and furious world, and really, you don't necessarily need to learn the language, because you have an assistant, somebody who does all the paperwork for you. You have that, you have that, you have that. Hey, it makes life easy. It's very easy. But if you are like me, who really want to get things going, get things happening, like business wise, personal development wise, a lot of things, you gotta know the language. You need to read your contract. You need to read your papers. You need to go to offices and be able to present yourself and be able to say X, Y, Z. And I tell you, there's something about when you walk into an office, even though your language is not well flourishing or something that is not well polished, and you are making an effort, they actually automatically give you attention. I'll give you an example. I can't remember which office I went to, but I went into this office one time and I was doing my span English, blah, 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 just mixing it. And the lady just looked at me like, "Can we speak English?" I said, "No, I want to speak Spanish. I want to keep speaking." So she laughed. And all of a sudden, everything got sorted out very faster because she just saw I think she saw the interest of me wanting to learn the language. People want to feel that you really want to be part of them, eh, no matter where. I think it's just very beautiful to see. It's just like also like as a Nigerian or as an African woman or African man, you see Oyibo people, white people coming to, African, they go to the market. We get curious. We look at them. They try this. Like, hey, Oyibo, you are trying our food. You are eating our food. The interest is just, there's just something about it. Knowing that somebody is interested in knowing how you do your thing or how you eat with hand, which is actually very good. But a lot of people don't get it. But until you try it, that's when you might actually understand. There's something about eating with your hand. There's just this thing about just taking it all in with your hand. So I tell you, in Denmark, on my 8th month, like max, I was already understanding the language, and but I was going to school as well, so that was different. I was understanding the language. I was writing some basic thing. I was saying the basic things. But then in my 1 year, I think 1 year and 2 months, I was speaking fluent Danish. You see, because I was fully dedicated and I was like, I'm going to learn this language. And I know about the Danish humor. Like, I feel integrated. I feel really like I am a fully integrated, you know, Danish woman. And this is how I feel because somehow, it makes things a little bit easier. I didn't say easy, I said easier. Because at least I can read my own papers, I can do X, Y, Z, I can do some things. And it gives you some sense of independency, when you can actually do your papers, especially my black sisters who are moving abroad. You're married to a white person, kudos to you, but you move to their country, you don't speak the language, he's doing all the paperwork, da. Very beautiful, very sexy, very romantic. But girl, you cannot get that independency if you don't speak the language. I'm sorry. You are literally not moving faster because you need to be able to read the papers. You need to be able to know, okay, what does this document say? How does this operate? How does this banking system work? How does the tax system work? How does that? Da, 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 da. These are the basic things. So, to my black African sisters in interracial marriage, Biko, please, you need the language. You need it for your independency. I know it's easier when he's doing all the paperwork, but you need it for your own sanity. You need it. Trust me, you do need it. And eventually, if you're working, it makes your life easier. Whatever way as in whichever way you decide to go, you need it. I know it's easier when you just relax and everything is done for you. But in my opinion, if you want that sense of independency, learn the language, take care of your own shit yourself to an extent. If you still want to be doing stuff for you, that's on a whole different level. The way you decide to run your home is all on you, but you need the language for your sanity and to gain some sense of independency. And that feels really great. I say to myself, I really want to acquire the knowledge. I want to know how to speak Spanish. I love the language. I'm very proud whenever I acquire a new skill. So the language, I really am bent on learning it. But then see, it's 5 years, almost 5 years, and I'm still doing like this. Why? Because I had a teacher. We would learn in class. I mean, in the way we were learning, that worked in the moment when I'm with the teacher. But then immediately I stepped out. I don't use it because you start speaking English. So I had a friend who is actually a Colombian, so she speaks Spanish, and so I practiced with her. still it's not enough because I need to be consistent with it. That's the only way you can learn it faster. Why I'm putting women's workshop in perspective and a lot of other things, I decided to go to the working system. And I tell you, this is a whole different level. So I am so happy to tell you guys that I'm working with Carolina Hebrela in Puerto Banús. And hey, if you're in Puerto Banús, come by and I will be of service to you. Yes, I'm so proud of it because this space has provided me with so much opportunities, and it's different dynamic. It's different from every other thing I've ever done. But honestly, I'm learning the language faster because I'm using it literally every day. My co-workers, my manager, she is so lovely. I love her so much. I mean, she really put me on the fast track like the first week, like pop, 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 pop. And it's really been very beautiful to actually be in this space with her. And I met a lot of other colleagues. Most of them are all Spanish and Moroccan and from different places, but Spanish is the main core language that we speak. So and my district manager Vanessa, I really like her a lot as well. She's young and she's it's kind of interesting. Again, I'm really enjoying this. This is like an experiment at the same time. It's really a great lesson for me, a ground for me to grow because I'm learning a new thing and I'm meeting new people. Like I'm seeing a whole different world that I have not seen before. I really sound very naive saying that, but yes, this is I really feel naive when I'm in that space with all my experiences. I mean, I really feel so naive because there's so many things I don't know about retail, and I'm learning that now, and I'm so proud of it. So yes, this is the journey I've taken to learn the language on a fast way. I mean, to push myself to damn it, Clara, you're gonna be speaking Spanish. I tell you, the first week I took ill. I was sick the first week. In between trying to struggle to balance with my daughter understanding that I have to work on somebody else's schedule now. So we are trying to really, I was really sounding naive. Jesus, I'm sounding naive. I'm sounding stupid saying this, but it's the truth, because I didn't know how comfortable entrepreneurs, we complain that this XYZ, but you don't know the luxury of time. I am really very proud of this space and I'm happy. I'm loving it. It's putting me up to my speed. I'm learning a different way of marketing, a different way of resale, a different way of approach. Meeting new people, meeting with more with the locals than the international community in Mabea. So I am so happy. Yes, it's challenging me. Like I tell you, challenge is just a different word. And I feel naive most times, but I am this person who is very open-minded to learn new things, and this space is teaching me all the new things. So this is my point of view. I hope this video is very informative to you and you got one or two things from it. If you are living in Europe or any other place in the world as a Black African woman, let me know how you have integrated yourself in the society and how you have actually based up yourself in understanding how the people work. So just share in the comment section. You never know, someone might actually just use your tip and it will change their life and empower them. We all need to keep empowering each other. Yes, so these are just a few pointers and I hope you enjoy it. Until I see you soon again, my name is Clara Chisova Kronbach, and don't forget to subscribe and tell a friend to tell a friend about Women's World Show.